Mr. Trump, do you think Iran is still the biggest security challenge in the Middle East?
Yes, Iran is a major threat. They cannot be allowed to develop nuclear weapons.
Mr. Trump, if Iran continues its nuclear program, should the United States respond with stronger action?
If Iran moves toward nuclear weapons, America must respond strongly. We cannot allow that to happen.
Mr. Trump, would you ever consider a military strike if Iran refuses to stop its nuclear program?
If Iran threatens the world with nuclear weapons, all options must remain on the table, including military action.
Mr. Trump, do you think a conflict between Israel and Iran could lead to a larger war?
It could happen. Iran's actions create instability, and the region is always very sensitive.
Mr. Trump, would you consider negotiating directly with Iran again?
I would negotiate, but only from a position of strength. America must always lead with power.
Mr. Trump, what would you do if Iran attacked U.S. allies in the Middle East?
If Iran attacks our allies, the United States must respond very strongly to protect the region.
Mr. Trump, do you believe Iran is secretly building nuclear weapons?
I believe Iran has always wanted nuclear weapons, and that is something the world cannot allow.
Mr. Trump, do you think the United States could go to war with Iran?
If Iran acts aggressively, war is always a possibility. We must be ready for any situation.
Mr. Trump, what would you do to prevent Iran from getting nuclear weapons?
We must use strong sanctions, maintain pressure, and ensure Iran cannot develop nuclear weapons under any circumstances.
Mr. Trump, do you think diplomacy with Iran still works?
Diplomacy only works if we stay strong. Iran must respect America, or negotiations fail.
Mr. Trump, could Iran secretly attack U.S. interests?
Yes, Iran has the capability. That's why America must remain vigilant and prepared.
Mr. Trump, would you impose stricter sanctions on Iran?
Absolutely. Stricter sanctions are necessary to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear threat.
Mr. Trump, could Iran destabilize the region further?
Yes, Iran has a history of causing instability, and we must counter their actions immediately.
Mr. Trump, would you use military force as a last resort against Iran?
Yes, military action is always a last resort, but America must be prepared for all threats.
Mr. Trump, do you think Iran respects U.S. red lines?
No, Iran tests boundaries constantly. That's why America must stay strong and vigilant.
And that wraps up our discussion on the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us on the Hadi National Podcast. Stay tuned for more. And that wraps up our discussion on the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us on the Hadi National Podcast. Stay tuned for more. Welcome to the podcast. Today we're discussing the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to the podcast. Today we're discussing the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. Let's get right into it.
Welcome to the podcast. Today we're discussing the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. Let's get right into it.
And that wraps up our discussion on the future of the United States. Thank you for joining us on the Hadi National Podcast. Stay tuned for more.